guys, I'm Gabby. Welcome to the vlog. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how my recovery from my breast reduction surgery is going, and I want to tell you about how the period between 4 to 6 weeks post-op has been. So right now I am a little bit further along in my recovery than that, but because I hadn't shared with you guys in a while, I wanted to tell you what that 4 to 6 week period is like, because it's a really important period in recovery. So in my last video, which has the link in the description below, my last video I was at 3 weeks post-op, and at 3 weeks I was able to go back to driving, go back to work, but there were still some restrictions in terms of not lifting over 5 pounds. And the big difference with getting to 4 weeks post-op, I think, really is that doctor's visit, the 4-week post-op doctor's appointment. That was a fairly memorable one. In terms of my incisions, I still had the surgical tape all over the incisions, and the 4-week doctor's appointment is when we ripped off the surgical tape. So that was definitely very memorable. It caught me a little bit by surprise when my doctor ripped off the tape off of my incisions, because I wasn't really ready for that, but I must say it didn't hurt. And the 4-week period is when your skin is actually closed, and it's crazy because the incisions are so extensive, but after a month your skin is actually closed, and they remove the tape, and you feel a little weird at first because it's new, it's a new feeling, but it's actually pretty good. So one of the main things that my doctor told me at 4 weeks is that I could start the massaging the scar process. So in recovery, a lot of times when there are scars, your provider will tell you to massage those scars with some lotion or some oil, whatever you want, in order to help the scars to heal better and become less visible over time. And that's what my doctor told me at 1 month after surgery. Except I felt a little weird because the incisions, even though they're closed, they were still very, very sensitive. So I felt super weird trying to massage it, especially because it's not a massage like you're just putting lotion on. You have to really put a little bit of pressure when you're massaging, because that's the whole point of it. So she told me I could wait another 2 weeks or so. At 4 weeks, I still couldn't lift anything over 5 pounds, because even though the incisions were closed, your body is still recovering, and my doctor didn't want to risk any of the incisions opening or anything like that. So yeah, I still had to wait until the full 6 weeks in order to start picking up any weight that was over 5 pounds. Between 4 and 6 weeks of recovery, I was still wearing the surgical bra, and I didn't have any dressings or anything like that on my incisions, because the incisions were closed for the most part, except for this one little area along the incisions that took a little bit longer to close. But I didn't really have to have any dressing on it. I just wore my surgical bra, and I wore this padding that my doctor gave me just to make it comfortable for the bra to not be rubbing up against the incisions directly, and that was just for comfort purposes. At the 6-week mark, that was a really big milestone, because technically 6 weeks is the end of your recovery from breast reduction surgery. That was the moment when I didn't have to wear my surgical bra anymore. I could wear just a normal, comfortable bra. My doctor recommended that I didn't go back to underwire bras right away, which I don't plan on doing because they're not comfortable. But yeah, it's 6 weeks. I was finally able to start exercising again, very slowly, taking it easy. But I was able to pick up weight over 5 pounds at that point, which makes life a lot easier. And that was the appointment where she said, you know, you can kind of start going back to your normal life. So during the 4 to 6 week period of recovery, there was one little spot on the right side that took a little bit longer to close, and my doctor said that that was perfectly normal. There was no infection or anything like that, thankfully. But it did take a little bit longer to close, and she said that's usually normal on the side that the person uses their arm the most. So since I use my right hand the most, then that's probably why it took a little bit longer to close. So that was annoying at times because it was a little bit painful, but it really wasn't that big of a deal. And another thing that I noticed during the 4 to 6 week period is that I started feeling this really sharp pain just anywhere along my breasts, kind of on the inside of the breast, which was a really weird feeling that I had never had before. And that is what they call nerve pain, because again, this surgery is so extensive, it's so invasive that they end up cutting a lot of nerves, and now the nerves are growing back and it's painful and it hurts. So it's just this really sharp pain that comes for a few seconds and then it goes away, but it takes you by surprise at times. So that's also part of the recovery. It's totally normal, but it's not super comfortable. So I am currently past my 6 week mark, which technically means I'm mostly recovered. I'm back at doing my normal activities. I started really slowly going back to that. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Maybe in a month or a couple months or so, I can share with you guys how I'm doing then. Being several months post-op, I can definitely let you guys know how my progress is going. And if you're interested in knowing anything else about my surgery, I'll be more than happy to share that information with you guys. So please let me know in the comments below, or find me on social media and ask any questions that you might want. I wholeheartedly believe that every person should have the most amount of information every time they need to make any type of health-related decision. So that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm sharing this experience with you guys, because this is an extremely invasive surgery. It is major surgery, and it's a decision that shouldn't be taken lightly by anyone. So the more research you can do, the better you will be. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I love hearing from you guys, so feel free to leave any comments below or find me on social media. You can find me on basically all of social media as Gabby Solar Powered. And some exciting news, I have a new website that was launched just a little bit ago, and you can access it by going to gabbysolarpowered.com, and there you can find all of my videos, all of my writing, some stuff about my surgery as well. So you're welcome to visit. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon.